It is the 19th of November. It is the 19th of November that you are going to come across with a rather unusual experience. I say it's a rather unusual experience because you are about to find yourself at a rather interesting dimension. This particular dimension that you're going to find yourself at on the actual 17th of November 2019, it is going to be like a very important stepping stone for you. You will know that this is near because there is going to be like some kind of a bird that you are going to see. The bird that you're going to see and the bird that you're going to come across is going to be very and rather significant omen when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leos, when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leones. In fact, it is going to be a bird, and it is going to be a cat, or a bird, or a cat, or a bird, or a cat. It is going to be an omen that you're going to see, that you're going to have, that you're going to feel, and that particular omen is just going to let you know that a very important time is near. This omen you're going to have before the 17th of November 2019. After the 17th of November, things are going to change because your view on your life, it's going to kind of become a little bit more delicious, a little bit more colorful, a little bit more interesting. I say a little bit more interesting because you are finally or suddenly going to find yourself to feel the need to explore a certain side of yourself, to explore a certain part of your life that you didn't explore, or it's not like that you didn't explore, but it's just like you want to live certain life. You go to live by the certain route, you want to live by the certain road, you want to live a certain life. Basically, it's the bottom line, but you're just somehow you're not allowing yourself to live that particular life because you seems to have been waiting for some kind of particular moment in order to do certain changes in your life, and in order to actually, it all boils down to one particular thing, my gorgeous Leones, my beautiful babies, my beautiful bambinis and my bambinas. It all boils down to one thing. It's basically all about a certain change. This is big, this is huge, and this is going to be like very significant when it comes to your whole life. And I am talking about all those things that have been like the part of your subconscious mind, but also most certainly indeed all those things that have been part of your conscious mind as well. In other words, things that you're waiting for, things that you're hoping for to happen, how you want your life to develop, but you just think that you are not kind of able to get there as fast. You think that you're not able to get there as soon. But let me tell you something, my gorgeous Leonas, let me tell you something. You couldn't be more wrong, my gorgeous sweetnesses, because you are going to have a very important, rather big moment on the 17th of November. And that's why I'm saying that moment is also at the same time going to provide you with a really nice shortcut, with a really interesting and very powerful shortcut. The spiritual shortcut happens when we reach a certain point in our lives, when we deal in a certain way, like we deal in a slightly different way to what we would normally deal with certain situation. And most certainly we came out to be rather compassionate, we came out to be rather nice, we came out to be rather positive, and this significant experience became even more significant when it comes to our own image imprint, like an input by an imprint when it comes to our own spiritual journey and our own spiritual karma, which means that you have done something really good, which means that you have done something really positive, which means that you have done something so amazingly significant within the last 12 months, okay? And that particular thing have imprinted itself so much into your spiritual journey and into your karma that now it's going to come back. It's literally coming back, and it's also going to provide you with lots of blessings, with beautiful spiritual grounding, with a very much so like a lots of like a psychic intuition, which is going to like a really much so be so enhanced, where you're going to be able to remember your dreams very much so sharply after the 17th of November, like onwards. Indeed, you will be able to remember your dreams sharply, and this is so good. Okay, because these dreams are going to be very much so the actual reflection of your feelings, of your emotions, and of what you're thinking. But especially when it comes to your psychic feelings, your mediumship, your intuition, it's just going to be kind of like a really be connecting with you in a different way. Therefore, with another words, you know, you will be able to also have a very strong power of manifestation. My gorgeous Leonis, this is an important moment in time, and I hope you understand. But especially in particular, from the 17th of November until the end of November, it's just going to be like that. The power of manifestation is going to be very strong, it's going to be very important, and it's going to be very significant. So that's why it's just always really important to remain with this balance, to keep on having balance, to keep on thinking positive, to keep on thinking optimistic, because whatever you do and whatever you think, whatever you focus on, it's just like going to be, oh my Lord, it's going to be like enhanced to such an amazing way, which is just on another hand going to able to reflect on your life and provide you with certain options and solutions that you wouldn't normally have. Absolutely mind-blowing. Let me just say what I wanted to say before, just quickly. The 17th of November, it's actually going to provide you with a spiritual shortcut. I'm just going to explain this once again. Why is this such an important time for you, my gorgeous Leonis, in particular? Because it is just going to make such a strong and powerful vibration. But this is not it only. It's just such a big complex. It's a very positive and interesting situation that it's coming directly from you doing something really good. As I said before, the reason why you are having a spiritual shortcut, and it's going to be so important and very significant on the 17th of November 2019, which is just going to provide you with like an option that is just going to reflect on your life in such a way where you're going to realize things and you will know what to do, how to do, and which way to go. Even without you thinking and focusing, you are going to find yourself like a very much so being like a kind of like a connected and very much so being attracted to the certain things, you know, in your life that you maybe weren't attracted before, or it is just going to kind of come out of the blue. And this is all what you need to pay attention to. Very strong and powerful, like rather amazing and significant hermit mode, but full of possibilities, full of options, because your eyes for the difference and in the difference are going to be like completely wide open. And that's why this is going to be absolutely wonderful. As I said, the reason why people have the spiritual shortcut, okay, so things happen quicker, things happen sooner, because sometimes we have got the ability to actually edit our own spiritual journey, of course. And we do this by doing good things. We do this by being nice. We do this by being optimistic. We do this by being positive. We do this by being non-selfish. We do this by helping other people, by being really nice, by being really beautiful, and by helping other people to find themselves when they're lost, for example. So all these things together create a very strong and powerful energy, which is what you did, my gorgeous Leonis. You must have been with somebody, around somebody within the last 12 months, and very beautifully, unselfishly, you helped them in so many ways. Maybe you didn't even realize yourself how much you actually helped them. Maybe it was just one thing that you said. Maybe it was just one thing that you did. You know, it doesn't matter. But the bottom line is you helped them so much, way more than you could possibly imagine. And this is why this energy is created. And it's very strong and it's very powerful. And it's here to kind of like completely shake your life. It's here to make you be happy, to make you be a bit excited. But most importantly, it's here to reward you. You are about to have a wonderful reward, and this reward that you're going to have from a positive situation, from a positive karma, from a positive spiritual journey that you've done and started and did with somebody else, now this is your reward is coming back, your beautiful karma is coming back. And this is when the spiritual shortcut actually happens, and this is why you're going to feel like this, and this is why the 17th of November is going to be so significant for you, and this is why the 17th of November is going to feel so much different, because at the same time, my gorgeous Leonis, my beautiful babies, you know, the energy is just going to shift, and also you're going to feel very spiritual, but also it is just going to be your mental clarity is going to be so strong. With another hand, you know, in indecisive time that you had so far, that was like kind of shaking you up a little bit, that was shaking your self-esteem, maybe that was shaking up your confidence, because it looks like your confidence was just a little bit tiny little baby affected, you see. And this is why this is all going to come back, not only as a new beginning, new start, new option, regeneration, rebirth. Ooh la la, my gorgeous Leonis, very vavavumish moment in time indeed, very vavavumish time in general. This is going to be amazing, but this is all going to be about your victory and mental clarity, which means that, you know, an indecisive moment, indecisive stage, indecisive period that was there in your life for the last 4 months in particular, that was kind of confusing. It was just meant to be there. It was part of this particular spiritual journey, and it was meant to be there, and it was meant to like made it all a little bit cloud for you, so you can like dig that much deeper, you can think that much deeper. Whatever you do, whatever you think, however you act, you are always creating this certain energy. So the 17th of November, it's going to be absolutely incredible for you indeed, and it is just going to be beautiful, actually, a realization that you are going to have, and also the certain conclusion, you know, something that means to you so much, something that you wanted to do so much, some certain journey and certain path and certain option, you know. This is where it gets really important, and this is when it gets really interesting, because something that you wanted to do for such a long time, now it's going to be suddenly option, like ooh la la, vavavumish moment in time indeed. Not only you will be able to make a really big change in your life, not only you will be able to unearth the completely different direction, but there is a wonderful and really beautiful surprise waiting for you along the line about yourself, about very important and very significant realization, but especially when it comes to resources, and you getting to the second stage and you're doing something really important. You're just going to be able to use this amazing shortcut, and this shortcut is going to take you much further than you would have possibly thought that you're going to be at this moment in time. And also a new option, you know, new option when it comes to work, when it comes to career, when it comes to finances, when it comes to personal security. It's also going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey, which is just going to start shining brightly after this moment in time, which means that your energy is also going to be very strong, very powerful, very significant when it comes to your own balance, which means that you will be able to project energy very much so easily when it comes to your work, career, and especially when it comes to any kind of achievements. You know, if you're retired, it doesn't matter. When it comes to your security, power, and things like that, it doesn't matter. Whatever your next stage is, you're just going to find yourself doing things so much more easier, at ease, with so much beautiful and light and refreshing energy, indeed, in so many different ways. But also the ideas that you're going to have are going to be rather sacred, very important moment in time to indeed pay attention to your dreams, and to try to like kind of to write down your dreams, because this is going to be a very powerful time when it comes to your own intuition as well. But it's most certainly a significant time that is just going to kind of reveal something very special for you. And November is going to be the beginning, and the end of December, it's also going to have a huge meaning for you. And this is all going to be completely connected, because you're going to start some kind of process here, and at around the end of December, at around January 2020, this is going to be an important stage, that it's actually going to be the second stage, the second option, the second part of this amazing kind of like spiritual journey that you're going to start. But just remember, you're going to start something, some kind of very meaningful experience is going to grow into something really special. And that's why I'm saying it's an amazing moment in time for any kind of negotiations or anything like that, because it is just with this energy, with this vibration, you're just going to be able to go that much further, you know, much far than you would normally go indeed. Ooh la la, ooh la la. That's why I was like bam ba da dam, na 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 bam para pa para pa pa bam para bam para pa para pa That's why I was so excited, because I can pick up on your energy already. I can pick up on your vibration already. This is very, very powerful karmically and spiritually, and that's why I'm able to like bounce back like of this energy so much. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Leos, my gorgeous Leonis, and it's for November 2019. So it's for you, my gorgeous Leonis, and it's for November 2019. And of course, we have got number 8. We have got number 8. It is just about like an absolutely incredible, mind-blowing situation that you are going to have. You are going to get a kind of a realization, advice by yourself, by talking to someone very strange, very weird, very unusual. You're going to come across the person who's going to seem like it's like from another world. You're going to come across from the person with a person who is going to seem like they're like from some kind of different dimension. Do you know what? Somebody very old when it comes to the actual spiritual journey, not physically old. Physical age doesn't make any difference with anything. I'm talking about the spirituality and the spiritual age. You're going to come across some kind of very old spirit, but everything is going to be quite unusual and quite different about that person. You may exchange a little bit of words and you may not, but the bottom line is, once you come across that particular energy, there is some kind of realization that you're going to have. There is some kind of idea that you're going to have, because this person is going to have a sacred power indeed. When it comes to their energy, when it comes to their dimension, they are going to be there on purpose in order to provide you with a beautiful and powerful vibration, which is on another hand going to help you to tap into areas of your life and of your spiritual journey that you wouldn't normally have. So therefore, on another hand, you are going to have a very strange realization, but very kind of like an interesting realization that you're going to have through that. It's going to be very wise, it's going to be very powerful, it's going to be very spiritual, and it's going to be confusing in a little just a little bit, because the first one you're going to be like, no way, no chance. But then as the time goes by, this is going to make more sense. This is some kind of idea that you will have through this person, around this person. And then also on another hand, it is going to be some kind of like a very important new stage that is going to take place later on. But most certainly it is going to be your own personal advice, and there are going to be lots of other things that are also going to be connected to that, which is just going to kind of have a really nice impact with this as well, and it's going to speed up the process indeed. The bottom line is, this is going to be like some kind of very special and bizarre and unusual message that you're going to gain through this situation. Just being around this person, even if it's like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, that's it. You know, you may get it straight away, you may get it later on, but it's going to be important because it's going to help you to make a really significant decision. And this is all to do with your life, to do with a certain option, and it's to do with a certain advancement indeed. On another hand, number 8 also means that financially this is going to be an amazing moment in time, because security is coming through. A very important time it's coming forward. So if you had a problem with the finances and financially, now you can expect that this is going to be rather nice turnaround. Okay, but you have to let yourself out there. You have to make yourself available with this to be the part of this particular dimension, to be the part of this particular energy, because when you do that, when you jump into unknown, you just attract so much more, as long as you don't think negative, and as long as you don't think in a negative way and anything and things like that. But most certainly financial situation is going to start changing for the better. For those of you that are looking for work, number 8 is a very promising number, because it's promising something very important coming forward. Okay, you just have to remember, you need to go out there and inspect the situation and make yourself available and be part of everything as much as you can. It is a very good moment in time, and that there is going to be also very important message that you are going to have, something that you expected, something that you wanted, but it's going to be so good because it's going to be to do with your own personal progress, and that is just going to help you to realize that there is a very advanced moment in time about to happen to you. It's so good because it's all about the advancement, but it's about to bring you an unknown that you're gonna enjoy yourself bathing in this time, this beautiful unknown energy. Normally you would be like, oh God, no, because you see, you will be part of the unknown situation. You're gonna be part of like an unknown group of people quite a few times, an unknown dimension. But this is all going to be very important when it comes to you, very important when it comes to your spiritual journey, and very important when it comes to some kind of unfoldment of the certain option that it's going to require from you to kind of go for the certain learning process. Number 8 is also saying, and it's trying to let you know that there is going to be the learning process that it's going to travel to you this month, and you just need to, again, you need to kind of like go with the flow. You need to go with this wonderful energy, with this wonderful vibration, and kind of like help it out a little bit. So pay attention to what is on your mind in the very first thing in the morning. What do you feel attracted to, like to learn? Because there is something missing, and that particular missing puzzle is going to come into your life. It's going to slide into your life with the actual learning process. Whatever you do, wherever you are at, just see how you could expand yourself and which ways you could actually expand yourself. This is in a sacred time, and now at this moment in time, when you do this and expand yourself at the right time, when the spiritual journey is just at its peak, it means that you're just going to work with this wonderful, rather powerful vibrations, and that on another hand is going to also provide you with a special reward indeed. Okay, number 8 also means that you are actually going to have a quite interesting request this month as well. That request that you are going to have is just so important for me to remember. So important for me to remember to let you know. Yeah, it's just so important to actually remember that this is going to be challenged. It's going to kind of come with an energy of like, oh my God, no, you know. So it's going to be quite challenging situation, like in quite a few different ways. But this is just going to be rather good challenge, because at the end of the day, it's more challenging situation it's going to be, the more significant it's going to be later on. The more scary the situation is going to be when it comes to that particular challenge, you know, the more important it's going to be later on. This is how it works, and most certainly this is going to be something that is not only going to have a wonderful impact on you when it comes to a certain opportunity that you've lost within the last 36 months. This is the return of the lost opportunity that is going to bounce back, come back, and now this time is just going to have like really nice and wonderful options for you. Absolutely brilliant. I most certainly like this indeed. When it comes to your health, my gorgeous Leonis, when it comes to your health, it is just like quite always like not always, but I just remember when I deal with the different signs, you know, and I know that when it comes to Leos, you know, it is a lot to do with the skeleton, it is a lot to do with your muscles, it is a lot to do with your back, and it's a lot to do with the sciatica. And this is especially very significant and very powerful, like it has been in the last like about 36 months. Within the last 36 months, this was very strong and this was very prominent. So it's very important to try to take like a fish oils or a cod liver oil. Now the cod liver oil comes with vitamins A and D naturally in, and the fish oils don't come with the vitamins A and D, but then they're high like omega-3 essential fatty acids, so there are differences. But then it's the cod liver oil and the fish oils would both be quite good, like when it comes to the actual keep your joints moist, you know, like for things like that. But if you can't take cod liver oil or fish oil, then of course you just go for like something like a flaxseed oil, which is like a plant version of cod liver oil or fish oil, you see. And this is something that I would recommend like in situations like this, and also like a calcium, magnesium and zinc. This is something that you should be taking, and vitamin D. If you can't make yourself like to be the part of the sun, you know, I mean, if you can't make yourself to be in the sun, if you're not in the sun, you know, and things like that, then of course like you should take like a certain vitamins, a certain supplement that contains like a vitamin D, or at least like to take a food with vitamin D in. On another hand, please try to avoid sweets as much as you can, because you're going to be super sensitive this week this month when it comes to sugar, when it comes to sweet food and things like that. But especially when it comes to sugar, you know, just try to avoid sweets as much as you can, because you're going to be prone like to bloatedness and the stomach like uncomfortable feeling in stomach. So just also please try to get like organic New Zealand Zealand wheatgrass. Organic New Zealand wheatgrass. If you can take every single morning throughout the month, a little glass of water, a little teaspoon, mix it up and just drink it the very first thing in the morning, and that is just going to be wonderful. It's so good for you. It's going to help you with rejuvenation, with like a vitamins. You know, it's a very good supplement to take in general, but also above all, it's just going to help you to flush out the toxins, and it's going to help you with your stomach as well. And that's something that I highly recommend indeed. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, just please check with your doctor or check with your GP, because only your doctor or GP can actually tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now basically going on the very first date of the actual November, my gorgeous Leonis, it's actually going to be the 3rd of November. The 3rd of November, it's going to be rather important day. You're going to feel really good that day. You're going to feel very proud of that on that day, and something is going to happen when it comes to the actual energy level. Suddenly you're going to start feeling lots of like ideas, for example, but it's all to do with a certain news that you are going to get, that you're going to receive about your progress, about your work, about what you were doing, about what you were focusing on. Something very positive is going to come through, very positive. It's going to come forward on this particular day or by this day on the 3rd of November, and that is just going to make you realize something, some kind of like a second stage, second journey, some kind of like investment. It's also going to become rather significant, but above all, you're going to realize your situation, and you're going to realize that your situation is way more solid than what you actually thought. And there is also going to be the realization that you are going to have, and that realization is going to give you a brand new idea, and you're going to start feeling very much so drawn to this particular thing. But then you will know that this idea, in order for you to do this, in order for you to start this, in order for you to change this life, you're just going to have to like unearth the energy from the stage of your life that just didn't work out in the last 9 months. Some certain particular stage of your life that you wanted to unfold in a certain way, it didn't, and it's not going to, and it just literally came to an end. And as early you realize that it's not going to unfold towards that particular stage because it's been so long that it was negative, now it's the moment in time that it's very important for you to realize just to move on from this situation. As soon as you move on, my gorgeous Leonis, at the same time, my beautiful Bambinis and Babinas, it's going to be the new door that is just going to be way beyond bigger than this door are going to open. Spiritual door, with something very important and very significant for you. So the certain stage of the particular spiritual journey came to an end, and it's going to be on you to see which one it is. And as soon as you realize this, the better it's actually going to be. Okay, the next 3 months after this moment in time, after this particular date, it's going to be very important when it comes to the actual unfoldment of what is going to manifest, or what is going to start manifesting on this particular day, my gorgeous Leonis, indeed. The 3rd of November, by the end of the day, it's also going to bring you absolutely mind-blowing accomplishment. I really like it, and that accomplishment, it's also going to help you with that situation that just came to an end, that you were like a little bit disappointed about, because it doesn't matter, because this accomplishment by the end of the day on the 3rd of November is just going to open your eyes, and it's going to bring you a bit of vavavumish, more vavavumish energy, and that in itself is going to be remarkable, because it's going to help you to make this decision, and it's just going to kind of make you even more explorative. You will you want to explore, you will start getting a sense for the adventure, the taste for adventure, and you are going to like it. And this is going to be an interesting time in your life, because on another hand, it is just all about the great determination, strength, and the actual power that you are going to have. And it's just almost like, it's just like you're going to start living again. You're going to start yourself being very optimistic, after this moment in time. And this is a nice flip-flop that you are going to have, a flip-flop of energy, because you will kind of learn something very significant about yourself, how to combat certain situations, and how to deal in the best possible way with like a maybe negative situation in your life, and turn it into something really good. And this is exactly what is going to happen here indeed. I highly suggest you to get something like a lapis lazuli pendant. You see, lapis lazuli, I spoke about this before. Lapis lazuli is very interesting, like a crystal, one of my favorite crystals, and it's also known as a stone of an ancient Egypt. And what lapis lazuli does, it has got the ability to make it even more vibrant, to enhance your vibration, to enhance your power, to enhance your way of thinking, but especially when you're going through something really important when it comes to your karma and when it comes to your spiritual journey, but especially when it comes to bounce back of your karma. Because what it happens, what I said before, that intuitively our dreams, they become very sharp. We dream every single night. Yes, of course we do. But it's that we don't remember these dreams. And this all depends on lots of different factors. Sometimes people can be maybe even on a certain medications, and certain medications can edit the spirituality and can edit and have an impact on our path in between this journey and our spirituality, you see, and it can cloud it quite a lot. And then until people stop taking, for example, like certain medications, this is not going to get clear. So there are lots of different things that could happen that could impact this and influence this, but most certainly because you're reaching an integral part of your spiritual journey, and it is going to be very vibrant and very busy right until the end of this year 2019. I just think it's really important for you to keep on like kind of enhancing your third psychic eye, but also by wearing a lapis lazuli, the stone of an ancient Egypt. You're also going to enhance your dreams, but also enhance your memories when it comes to remembering them. And this is why I think it's really important for you to take a lapis lazuli and wear it like throughout November and even December and until the end of this year, because it's going to help you with this connection, but also to remember the most important bits and pieces when it comes to your dreams and when it comes to your spiritual journey and when it comes to that particular reflection. This comes with the sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, of course, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And by buying this, you are also supporting my channel as well, of course. I have to say this indeed. Okay, so basically the next important date, my gorgeous Leonis, is going to be on the 16th of November. Now the 16th of November, it is all going to be about, you know, you will want to but you will want to meet up with the really important people in your life. It is going to be some kind of moment in time where you will feel like you want to have a celebration, where you will feel like you want to have a certain celebration, but it's so good because also at the same time it is going to feel good and very vibrant, because you will have a resolution to some kind of annoying problem that was part of your life, that was preventing you to be happy, that was preventing you to move on, that was preventing you to kind of be yourself, because if it was affecting you whether you know it or not. This is big because it's going to lead towards your own celebration, and it's so good because it's all about the resolution of the problem, conclusion, and that in itself is going to be very vavoomish moment in time, because it's going to bring you healing. That in itself, it's all about your satisfactory result and compromise that you are going to have. Certain friendship, it's also going to be very, very important here, and advice through somebody, but also it's the whole inspiration that you are going to have, artistic feeling. It's absolutely brilliant. It's a brilliant day to do certain things in the home, changes and things like that, because again, you're working with this vibration which enhances everything else. You're also gonna basically, that is going to be direct impact of this on the 16th of November. It's going to be direct impact with you making a very important decision, very important option, but you will require to be brave. So the bravery is going to come through this, a beautiful energy is going to come through this, and this is all this, what this optimism it's actually going to bring. This is so good. And that bravery that you're going to have, my gorgeous Leonis, do you know what the bravery is going to do? You're actually going to make a really important decision, and that decision, it's about some kind of change, and this is so much to do with, like, you will just come to this point and you're had enough, and it's determination to actually change part of your life that was making you boring. Part of your life that was making you bored, part of your life that it just became boring to you. Part of your life that was making you bored, part of your life that came to an end, is connected to the spiritual journey that came to an end. You've got nothing to do with this, came to an end, so yeah, it becomes boring and it just becomes very dragging, and it's actually like dragging your energy until you realize that this journey came to an end. So you need to kind of pay attention to it, like with your mind. Your mind is an energy, and that's all what you need to do, really. But the bottom line is that your certain particular journey is coming to an end, that you feel like kind of like unhappy and bored about, and it's all about the actual sacrifice, readjustment, regeneration and rebirth that is going to be followed. But this is all to do with the first, that brave feeling that you're going to have because of that celebration. It's all connected, it's all going to be important, it's all going to be really significant, and most certainly a very interesting and important decision at the same time you're going to make. And that decision that you're going to make is just going to reveal so many possibilities, like not straight away, but March 2020, it's going to be directly connected to this. Wow, this is just such an important moment in time. As I said, for manifestation, it's a lot that you manifest this month. It's actually going to have a very strong and very long and very powerful branches later on. Watch this space, my gorgeous Leonis, watch this space, okay? What else I was going to say, the third important date, my gorgeous Leonis, is actually going to be on the 28th of November. The 28th of November, you're going to find yourself like being in a very good place when it comes to like finances in particular, and there is some kind of security and safety that is just going to bring you a certain option. And that security and safety that you are going to have, it's also going to realize that somebody is going to like kind of at the same time going to need a little bit of your help, and somebody who means to you so much, somebody who you love so much, somebody who's part of your life, somebody who's part of like your family, or somebody who's such a good friend of yours. I have seen this person, I'm keep on seeing someone. This shows how beautiful people you are, Leonis. Indeed, you're unselfish, you're amazing, you're beautiful. Very often you put other people in front of you, other people before you, without you even realizing. This is why I find you so amazing, Leonis. Indeed, because you put people in front before you without even noticing this sometimes. You know, it's an amazing signs you are. And on another hand, you're very courageous, you're very powerful, you're very strong. You know, you have got so many good qualities. But this is true, this is absolutely true. But there is someone that is also again going to need your help. Somebody's just going to go through a very difficult situation, whether this is going to be a family member, or whether this is going to be like a really good friend of yours. Sometimes, you know, in these things, it's like when people are really good friends, they can also show as a family, of course, because it is a family. Like, so somebody's going to need a little bit of your help, and you are going to help them, and that is going to be so brilliant for you, because again, karmically, this is beautiful, and this is going to mean so much to you, and it's going to mean so much to the other person at the same time. It's a wonderful balance and beautiful feeling that you are going to have at around this moment in time. But you are going to get a certain advice yourself, certain realization that is just going to help you later on to prevent some kind of negative situation. So there is something for you going to be here in a sense of advice, indeed. Okay, what else I was going to say is just like the 28th of November, it's also going to bring you like a really wonderful, somebody who you think of very highly as well, somebody who's very mature, somebody who's very powerful, somebody who's very smart, who's very clever. It's also like kind of offers something to you, and you will like this. It's going to give you some kind of advice, and that advice that you're going to get, it's actually going to make sense to you like there is no tomorrow. Something is going to surprise you that you feel attracted to, but it's going to be quite later on. It's going to be really good advice to kind of use. On another hand, 28th of November, it's also going to bring you a really important invitation. This is when it gets really interesting. This is when it gets really powerful. This is when it gets really significant when it comes to you, because this is going to reflect on you on such an incredible way. An invitation or opportunity you are going to have, and that it's all going to be about advancement, attraction, and it's also going to do with something like to do with a certain appeal as well. But you're gonna like this so much like there is no tomorrow. I also highly recommend you to get like something like an amethyst crystal. You see this beauty here, an amethyst crystal. This also comes, amethyst pendant, this also comes with a sterling silver setting and a sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. As I say, by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, but I think it's rather important for you to have like this amethyst as well, because you are I mean, this is going to be very much so strong and powerful month when it comes to your karma and spiritual journey. This can take quite a little bit of energy out of us. It depends, because we are meant to, or you are meant to be dealing with certain issues in such a way, to such an extent where you have to kind of illuminate parts of your life that you don't normally pay attention to. And this is when those things get very, very vibrant. This is when those things get very interesting, because we end up having such a powerful vibration around us, and we can't find ourselves, like, because of lots of information. So instead of like 10 different things that we should be paying attention to, what our spirit guides are trying to let us know, we can only get hold of one, for example, in order to kind of sharpen up our mind, and in order to keep on enhancing our psychic abilities, but in order at the same time to protect our power and vibration, is the amethyst. That is absolutely brilliant. I highly suggest you amethyst. As I said, by buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel, and the link to buy this is in the description below. And this is something that is on one hand going to help you with protection, on another hand is going to help you to enhance your psychic powers indeed. Okay, so now basically going on the very first part of November 2019, my gorgeous Leones, you know, the very first part of November is going to start like with really good and rejuvenating energy. I like this because the energy is going to come back. It's going to be very rejuvenating, and it's going to make you feel very optimistic in many different ways. But it is going to start with a certain competition. You are going to be part of something, some kind of competition. And all I have to say to you, it's very important to actually do things differently. All you need to remember, don't do things like you've done it before. Don't repeat what you've repeated before. It's just all about new. November, and the actual secret to this, the spiritual key to this is you must trust your own intuition at the beginning of November. Don't go and ask Mary, don't go and ask Jane, don't go and ask people or anyone else around you. Basically, you just need to trust your own intuition. It's just rather important indeed, because your intuition is not going to lead astray. And especially when it comes to competition, and especially when it comes to challenges, you need to trust your own intuition, because your intuition is going to help you a lot. Just remember, do not be stuck in the past. This is the moment in time when you move on with things like there is no tomorrow. Whatever new you do, it's going to bring you thousands of more things of possibilities it would normally happen. On another hand, very interesting and important apprenticeship is going to take place. On another hand, just remember to stay committed to the task at hand, because before that there's going to be the little mini baby challenge. If you're waiting for work, if you're waiting for a new job, you know, just keep going, my babies, and do not get distracted, because the part of this wonderful and rather confusing sometimes spiritual journey is that along our path we are going to get distracted. It depends where we are at when it comes to our spiritual journey, but the bottom line is an important apprenticeship option is going to be here. Just remember to stay committed to the task at hand, and if you're applying for the jobs, just keep going, my babies, keep going, because very, very soon there is something very adventurous going to happen. But before your adventure unfolds, right at the beginning of November, you are going to be part of something daring situation, daring option. It's just going to wave at you like this, and it's just so important because you will go for it. It will surprise you. You will surprise yourself, but most certainly the step into an unknown is just going to be absolutely mind-blowingly blowing. Indeed, mind-blowingly blowing when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonis, because you know what? This is going to lead towards something really big. And it's to do with your wish. It's to do with something that you wanted to do for a long time, what wasn't clicking right in your life. Because by the time we get to the second part of November, this is it. It's all about like, oh my God, all about flip-flop moment, you know, like a beautiful crossroad moment. But this moment in time, it's going to be nothing to do with the confusion or uncertainty. This moment in time, you're just going to be sitting in the middle of the crossroads, and you're just going to be thinking, oh my Lord, whichever way I go to, whichever path I go to, it's going to be absolutely fine. If I go back, I'll be fine. If I go go there, I'll be fine. If I go there, I'll be fine. If I go there, I'll be fine. It's going to be incredible, because every single option is just going to bring like a really interesting possibility indeed. But it's all to do with a big wish coming through, coming forward, something you wanted to do and something you wanted to happen in a really long time, and that is all going to lead towards your victory and mental clarity, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. And some kind of accomplishment, it's also going to help you to prove something to yourself and to prove something to somebody else as well, with a maybe certain amount of time when somebody else didn't actually agree with you or your life. You know, you will be able to kind of prove your point indeed. Also, the situation that was like a kind of like a very indecisive about the next stage, where you required a certain security, okay, it's coming, that burden situation that was very indecisive is coming to an end, because you will make a decision, and decision is going to be made purely from you having resources, enough resources to actually move on and do what you want to do. And that is going to be confirmed by some kind of leader. You will have an absolutely mind-blowing confirmation about something through the certain leader. This is why I'm saying this situation is so complex, and it's so important that just to go out there and throw yourself everywhere, because something is going to happen, and it's going to help you to kind of have a very strong impact on your life and reflection as well. And honor from a certain leader is going to, on another hand, give you strength, power, compassion, and it's also above all going to help you to have a strength and control over situation, over your life where you haven't had before. And that in itself is automatically going to create a wonderful spiritual bridge which you are about to cross. Another beautiful, amazing, mind-blowing shortcut that you're about to have, and an amazing vision. You will have an amazing vision about yourself, about your future here. And it's also important to remember, it's with moderation, this vision that you're going to have, it's not going to happen tomorrow, day after tomorrow, but it's also at the same time important to remember to stay strong, stay optimistic, and just to think about time and think about life. You know, things do take time in life, especially important things, wise things, significant things, you know, they take time indeed. So this is also going to be as equally important, that these things, they take time, and it's all about your own security and power. And this is where that psychic vision is going to be very strong, because this is all going to make sense indeed, and it's just going to make you feel so happy. It's all about like, oh my god, yes, you will want to reconnect here. Going back to the going to the third part, the last part of November, you will just want to reconnect here with like people who mean to you so much. You will want to like meet up with them and celebrate, say something, you know, because your life is just about to go on the next stage. It's so good, and it's a lot to do with what you were doing, what you wanted to achieve with your skill, you know, the situation that was making you really powerless so far. This is what it is, and especially in the last 13 months, the powerless situation is to do with the weights, it's just to do with waiting for something, waiting for the new stage, waiting for the new dimension, you know, it's to do with like a waiting. So now the waiting game is coming to an end purely with all this unearthing and beautiful energies that you are going to have. And this is going to be an important time, and that is just going to be, instead of being powerless situation, this is all about liberation that you are going to have. What you need to remember, there's something also very important going to happen to you and to the team of people, some kind of very important discussion, whether this is going to be the group of people at work, or whether this is going to be a group of friends, or whether this is going to be like a group of people, like a family members, you know, at the end of months. Whatever is going on at the end of the month, something very good is going to come out of it, and also you will be able to kind of stop with a certain problem. It's going to come to an end. And I'm talking about a particular problem that you would have before you would go to sleep, when you would be very deep, you know, there is some kind of dilemma. So that is slowly going to go, that is slowly going to come to an end. And this is going to be brilliant, because at the same time, instead of you know, worrying about something or being sad or negative, now this is going to be the moment of awakening, and that in itself is going to bring something very special in your life indeed. A certain person that is going to become very some kind of special relationship, it's also going to come forward at the end of the month. But that in itself is going to be very, very powerful time when it comes to you feeling overwhelming about your life indeed. And there is also going to be the actual advice that you will get at the end of the month from somebody very important, somebody somebody very powerful when it comes to their own spirituality. So it's like some kind of guru or some kind of spiritual leader, some kind of spiritual friend, some kind of spiritual guru, you know, somebody who you think of very highly. It's going to have a really mind-blowing, absolutely ridiculously important information for you at the end of this month. So watch for that information that you are going to receive through this person. It may not be like directly to tell you like this, hello, let me just tell you, you know, but it's just like your own journey. It's going to connect you with that person at the right time, and something is going to be ringing in your ears, ringing in your mind, some kind of realization, some kind of advice, and that is going to be mind-blowing, and it's going to come through right at the end of this month. You will know what to do with a little bit of confused situation with or through this particular advice. It is all about the invocation, celebration, release, purification, radiance. You know, you are about to gain a new power through your own focus, but also through the realization that this is an important moment in time. Very important completion is happening when it comes to your life, when it comes to your accomplishment, but at the same time this is becoming an absolutely mind-blowing rebirth that you're actually going to have. You're going to feel it, and it's going to be absolutely important for you, because at the same time it's going to make you feel very optimistic. So, and that on another hand is going to raise your vibration, raise your energy. So when it comes to your energy levels, this is also going to be highly rejuvenating time indeed. Expect a little surprise at the end of the month when it comes to some kind of financial option, you know, that you're going to start liking so much, and you're going to find it fascinating in many different ways. So expect a little surprise at the end of the month indeed. But most certainly throughout the month, you know, there is a lot going to be happening, and I like it. The whole month is basically very important and very significant and very integral part of your own spiritual journey, because there is just so much going to be happening. Really powerful unfoldment indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you gorgeous Leonis that are actually in relationship. You see, those of you in relationship, my beautiful Leonis, you see, it is that step closer, that much closer towards something really big. It is about the realization that your both lives are going to change. There is a very important decision that you will both make, and that decision that you both make, it's not new, it's not from yesterday. This has been around for quite a while indeed. This has been around for a while, but it is just kind of like you were just waiting for the right moment, whatever the right moment was, whatever the reason was in your particular situation. But whatever it is going on, it is going to be an unfoldment of a very important situation in your life, and this is where you're both going to make a very important decision. So basically it's a lot to do with two people understanding each other, two people completely loving each other, two people completely getting each other in so many different ways. But above all, two people making very important decision. This is not something that you're going to do overnight, and it's not something that you're going to act on straight away or something like that. But this is going to be something that's going to be huge. It's going to take a little time, but it's going to be really big and massive and absolutely enormous. But it's also going to be really good because financially you're going to start getting to the really secure and really good point. And also it's going to be an important time for investment, okay? And there is something that you're also going to invest in, and it's going to be really good and really big later on. But most certainly an important decision you will make this month, and that decision is probably going to be one of the biggest decisions that you've ever made indeed. But it's going to be really good, and a certain traveling and certain journey in order to achieve something is also going to be very relevant here indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, and I'm going to connect to those of you that are actually single and ready to mingy. Now, my gorgeous Leonis, I'm going to tell you one thing. You're going to feel really good this month. You're going to feel very rejuvenating. The energy and the vibration is going to be really powerful indeed. You will be flirting a lot, and you will be getting your flirting back, you know. And that in itself is going to be great because it's going to help you with your self-esteem. It's going to help you with your confidence. It's going to help you to rediscover yourself, to discover yourself. It's going to help you with the certain stages. You know, you're going to meet new people. But there is someone in particular that you're going to meet. There is someone very special that you're going to meet this month. and it's going to be like somebody who you're going to meet at around like about mid-month, then you're going to see them again at the end of the month, and then that person is going to return. But somebody very beautiful, somebody really amazing, somebody very special is about to walk into your life. You haven't seen this person before, you haven't come across this person before, but once you meet this person, you will feel like you knew them for a really long time. Every time you talk to them, you will want to be very vavavoommish with them. yeah, every time when you talk to them, you will want to be more vavavoommish with them, you see. But every time you talk to them more, the more you're gonna like them, the more you will want to develop a certain relationship with them. So there is going to be somebody really good that you're going to meet. Not only this is going to be the right person for you, not only this is going to be somebody that's going to become an integral part of your spiritual journey, but this is somebody that is just going to impress you, and it's going to be very optimistic, and it's going to have a very good energy when it comes to you and your life, and it's going to make you feel very optimistic, and it's going to inspire you, and this person is going to give you energy, initiation, initiative, strength, and determination, and that person is going to feel the same when they're around you. My lord, my lord, my lord, it looks like you've been waiting for this particular person for quite a while. Be prepared to be swept off your feet, my gorgeous Leonis, because this person, once they walk into your life, they will change absolutely everything, and you're gonna like it indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love you all to bits. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of healing, love, and light to every single one of you. Okay, my gorgeous Leonis, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, Psychic Medium. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough about a living, make a better place for you and for me. Heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough about a living, make a better place for you and for me. Love you.